Phillies promoted Aiden Miller to Triple A yesterday in light of the Trey Turner injury. And I'm sure everybody's going to take that a certain way, Bob. And what way are people going to take that? What do you think the majority of the fan base is going to take that to mean?
He'll be here next month.
And I'm going to sit here and tell you that it doesn't mean that at all.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, I think the timing of it is curious in this regard. The only thing I think that the Phillies are doing this for is in case we get to a point where there's an emergency, and by this we mean Trey is out, and now
what happens if Mundo Sosa or Bryson Stott goes out tonight and blows a tire?
Right, exactly. That's what I think that they're kind of at. Like, let's get Aiden Miller at bats at Triple A in case something else goes wrong while Trey Turner is out. Then if we have to, that's the emergency situation we have to go to. That's the emergency situation.
You have a better feel for the minor league system. I mean, I just talked about the middle infield depth, but what happens if Bohm were to go down? Would he be?
You got Otto Kemp, right? The one guy.
Would you rather see Aiden Miller up here in the infield or Otto Kemp? Can't we just be a little bit reckless? Like, let's go.
Ultimately,
can't we just be a little bit reckless and do it?
Ultimately, I'd rather see Aiden Miller, but if he's not ready, like I don't want them to do that, right? The name that I think is keep an eye on for this as the next emergency guy, and he's not on the 40-man roster, but he is playing for Lehigh Valley, is Christian Arroyo. He has major league experience. Yeah. Can't really play shortstop, but he could play second or third or first for that matter. So you could always slide Stott to short and slide him in. You would have to make a 40-man move. Like somebody would have to go off the 40-man, or they would have to put Chase on the 60-day, which would start his clock, which I think they're trying to avoid that. So like there are things that they can do, and they do have a major league caliber depth guy there. I think that he's more likely. I think it's Kemp, and then Arroyo would still be more likely than Aiden Miller. But I think that they want to get Aiden Miller the at-bats against tougher pitching just to see where he's at in case of emergency. But he's not a guy that's coming up here.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, he got off to a little bit of a tough start this season, and it's been really nice to see him figure it out, get hot, really give this, I think, organization something. Not that you ever look at it and say, oh, well, I'm down on this guy now, or it changes our overall view. I think that I don't think the Phillies ever wavered on their view of what he could be, but it's nice to see production. It's nice to see a guy go out and do it. I wonder, is he starting for this team at the beginning of next year?
Aiden Miller?
Yeah.
That's a tough call. I don't know if it's at the beginning of next year, but I think he's on the team at some point next year. And it could be, and when I say some point, I still think it's first half of the year. I don't think it's back end of 26. I think he's on the roster at some point in the first couple of months.
Where's he playing? Because Turner's not going to move off short now.
Probably third base.
Third base.
Yeah.
So are you in agreement with me that we're watching the end days of Alec Bohm and Nick Castellanos in a Phillies uniform?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. I mean, there's always the possibility that they can't move off of the Castellanos contract, right? Like this can't, and you got to carry him for another year. But you figure if you upgrade the other two outfield positions, you could probably survive that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. So I have just a couple of quick things because, I mean, we've set the stage for this series. We've talked about Aaron Nola. We talked about Kyle Schwarber's slump. We talked about Turner's injury. I don't have anything else I really want to talk about. So let's just take a little 25 playoff chase breather. Next year, I just asked you about Miller. Some point, you think he's at third base. Bryson Stott, is it as is currently, like kind of like a little bit of a platoon type thing at second base? Do we see pretty much like business as usual at second base here next year at this point?
Yeah, well, I mean, Sosa's still under contract too, so I think that you probably have that left-right platoon between Stott and Sosa. It's worked.
Yeah, it has.
Right? it's worked. So I think that that's kind of what they'll stick with.
I give Royston Stott a lot of credit. You know, he's a guy that when he came up, I believed in. Like, I was a Stott truther, and he's shown a little bit. It hasn't been super consistent. It's been nice to see his run here. Like, to get the OPS back up to 700 after where he was. I give him a lot of credit because I really think that you're starting to, in terms of his career, I think he has to start thinking to himself, like, all right, what am I? You know, like, I've been in the league now for a few years. Am I just going to be a dependable glove that can't really hit, and that's going to be how I'm viewed, and I kind of bounce around the league a little bit, like, or can I be a guy that you can trust to play 100, at least 100, 120 games in a platoon role and feel good about? And the door, I think, is still open for him to take the next step and be a legit everyday guy. I don't think that's off the table. Whereas a few months ago, I certainly was wondering that.
Yeah.
About his future.
I'm with you on that.
And I think about, he's helping the 25 Phillies. Like, I think when you think about these guys as human beings and their careers and the potential trajectory, there's a lot of money on the line here. There's a lot of stability on the line here, and how he's going to be, viewed around the league and viewed by the Phillies moving forward. I mean, and for him to perform the way he has been massive for them.